Do you know that feeling that you get when you come across a hidden treasure trove of craft supplies and everything is just stunning? Well, today I think I'm sharing something that might be every single crafter's dream. Temu has graciously sent me all of these unbelievable craft supplies, and I want to share them with you. So, if you've never heard of them, it's more than just a shopping site. It's like stepping into a treasure trove of creative possibilities. They have thoughtful collections of unique and inspiring pieces, and the best part is that everything is very affordable. So if you've been waiting for this time of year, if you've saved up a little bit of money to get yourself something special, this is a great way to do it, and you get a lot of bang for your buck. Today, I'm going to be flipping through everything they sent me, and you're going to see delicate trims, vintage inspired stickers, and so much more. And if the prices weren't enough to grab your attention, then I have to tell you that they include free shipping and free returns for up to 90 days, plus a price protection policy where you can request a partial refund if the price drops at all within 30 days, which is pretty amazing, isn't it? And Timu wanted to give you something a little special. If you use my link in the description below, to download the app and you get $100 coupon bundle. And if you use my code DUU9833, you get even more perks, which is a win-win for everyone. So let's take some time together to explore these treasures. So make sure that you go and grab your favorite cozy drink and let's dive into this magical haul. I think you're going to fall in love with all of the beauties I found. If you've been on my page for a little bit, you're going to see that I've been using stencils more and more. And I actually have a DIY texture paste recipe, and I'll have that linked down below in the description as well, where you can use these lovely stencils. I picked these specifically because I think these would make really great backdrops to any junk journal to add just sporadically throughout. And I picked things that had roses and just beautiful, elegant vintage pieces that I thought would really match my style. And I hope that you like them. I think my favorite might be this 6-piece rose kit, which I can see so many just possibilities for using this. And if you want to see me use this, let me know down below which of all the products, if not all the products, you want to see me using. Doilies are right up there with vintage ephemera. I think that the cross between paper and lace is just so beautiful and lovely. And I don't know about you, but anytime that I come across a piece of a doily on a journal, it just makes my heart smile. And I absolutely adore these doilies that I found. I've never seen square doilies, and they had so many different shapes. I think they had circles and ovals, and I'm sure many more. So make sure that you're checking them all out. I know that sometimes shopping online can be a little scary because sometimes the sizing and stuff just doesn't make any sense. And so I wanted to be very clear and show you very in depth and up close so that you can see exactly what you're getting and there won't be any surprises for you. If you are a sucker for labels like I am, these are a must have. They're so beautiful. I'm going to flip through all of the pages that you get, but what's even nicer about them is the quality of them. I'm going to peel one up so that you can see it's translucent and very vellum like, very vintage, and a very ethereal feeling. And speaking of vellum, this little book of goodies is, I can't even put it in words. What a treasure to have. They're these little tiny vellum pieces of botanicals. And if you know anything about me, I am a complete sucker for anything botanical. And this has to be one of my favorite things that I've gotten all year round. This is the 365 sheets of semi transparent sulfuric acid paper, which I had never heard of, but it is a game changer. It's perfect for creating layers and it gives just a hint of what's underneath. And the texture looks so luxurious and so versatile. You are going to see me using this all year round. And to get 365 sheets is so wonderful because you don't have to worry about running out. You're going to have plenty to use. I have a little secret for you. I have actually never crafted with a real guest check before, which is crazy. I have one that is a printable. I think it's in my Valentine's kit, but I have never actually used one before. So when I saw these, I knew that I wanted to snatch them up. You get 50 guest checks and they are printed both front and back. You can use these in so many ways. This is a very fun and quick way to add a journaling spot to a journal, or you can use them as a backdrop, which I'm going to plan on using both ways. But make sure that if you're not already following me, that you pause this video right now, subscribe down below, as well as hit that bell so you get notified anytime a new video comes out, because I will be following up this video with videos of how I'm using the products. You know, when you place an online order and there's like one thing that really stands out and that you kind of forget almost all the other things, and it's that one thing that you are so excited for? Well, let me tell you, that's what this little kit is for me. It completely filled my stomach with butterflies. This is the 94-piece vintage movie theme scrapbooking kit. And I cannot I cannot wait to start using this. You get all of this it's faux vintage, what do you call that, like for photos, the transparencies, and they even have designs on them. Some of them have scratches and stuff, and I've tried to make sure that I show so you can get a glimpse of what you're getting. This thing is completely packed full. Honestly, this could make such a fun journal on its own, or it would be great to add throughout different journals, which is, I think, what I'm planning to do. Maybe I'll do a little mini journal with it as well as other journals, but I'm so excited about this. I absolutely love vintage retro things, and I love adding things that kind of don't go together. So like the lace and leather kind of look. And so I think that with this, it gives you that industrial look that pairs so beautifully with like florals and laces and doilies. And I cannot wait to start crafting with this one. Hi, I'm Ingrid Carlsen, and I am a paper addict. Can you relate to me? So, I had to show a lot of restraint not getting a bunch of paper, but this one definitely caught my eye. And I think I only got three Christmas themed things, and this was one of them. And actually, later on, there's going to be a sticker pack that actually kind of matches this, but I think that was accidental. But again, it's like the Bob Ross happy little surprises. This paper is very beautiful. It's not a super thin paper, but it's also not, I would not say, I usually print on 110-pound cardstock. And this definitely felt a little lighter than it. It is a really nice quality to work with, and the images are just vintage and adorable. Okay, so I did get a little bit more paper. That's because these are botanicals, and I couldn't resist. Look at how beautiful they are. They look like vintage paper because the edges are distressed like old book pages, which completely won my heart. But really, the showstopper is the botanical prints, which I'm absolutely in love with. I think that for the most part, I would use these as a background because I think that they would add so much interest to a project. How would you use these? And do you have these already? And have you used them? One thing you can look for is me using a lot more die cuts, especially now that I have a different filming system that my husband helped, thanks, set up. Because now the desk doesn't shake completely when I'm trying to use the die cut machine, which kind of held me from using them. But I got such amazing dies, and I want to show them up really close and personal so that you can see the quality that you're getting. They are all pretty thick. They sound like they're good quality. And again, let me know if you want to see me demonstrate using them and as well as using them in a project. I can't wait to use these. This was actually the first thing that I picked out, this little miniature house or housescape it- die kit set. And again, that with the movie set were the ones that I was mostly looking forward to. But honestly, what was really great about this whole thing was that once I ordered them, I think it took about 14 days for me to get, if I'm not mistaken. And so if you're wondering about the shipping, it could be sooner and it could take a little longer, but that's what it took mine. And by the time I got it, I was so excited to get the products. And then I had kind of forgotten some of the stuff that I had gotten because honestly, the prices are just unbeatable. They're amazing. And so it was like Christmas morning to me when I was unboxing them because I waited to do it with you. I've actually had it for a little while, but you guys know that I was really sick. And so I wanted to wait until I was better to really be able to enjoy it and go through it with you at the same time. And so my reactions are your reactions because it's the first time I'm seeing it. And to say that I'm delighted with the quality is really an understatement. I don't know what I was expecting, but this blew my expectations out of the water. Okay, so I have to give you a warning, and that is when you start shopping on Temu, it is a little hard to stop. It's kind of like scrolling on TikTok where it becomes just overwhelming. There's so much to look at, there's so many good deals, and I think that's what happened with the stamp sets. I got a lot of stamp sets, as you can see here. They are all really beautiful, versatile, and I really can't wait to use them. Stamping is something that I just recently got back into because I kind of had ordered a lot of stamps like previously in the years and just kind of it just wasn't really my thing. I wasn't a stamper at heart, if you know what I mean. Like it just I just didn't have the energy to pour into it. And now I think I've renewed my love for stamps recently and the projects that I've done because they can be used so many different ways. And I think that I was looking at them as one dimensional and only using them like to stamp on something instead of putting them on a tag and cutting it out or using it as the background for a paper and so many more uses. And so I'm really excited about all of the tags. I think this one in particular is my absolute favorite. Um, I remember in school having the library where you had the little stamp that you would stamp the date on and you'd sign your name, and that was reminiscent of those days. And I still to this day I think love paper products and office supplies and stuff because of my childhood, and this definitely has a place in my heart. All of the things that I picked out, even though I did say that I was just, picking stuff out that I absolutely loved, I did have a methodical plan with it. I wanted to pick out every piece that was very functional in a journal and that would be really good staple pieces that you could use over and over again. And each of these stamp sets are really great pieces for layering. And if you're new to my channel, then you're going to find out pretty quickly that layering is one of my favorite things to do. Maybe a little bit of a specialty. And I absolutely just love chunkiness in everything. It's kind of like that rule where when you leave the house, you should take an accessory off. I think the opposite with a journal. I think that before you're ready to finish decorating it, you should add one more decorative element to it, which is gets me in a little bit of trouble sometimes because I get these chunky journals. But the good part about stamps is that it's pretty thin layers that you can add and get a lot of impact without adding a lot of bulk. And once you see the slowed down video showing the details of all of the stamps, I'd love to know which one is your favorite. So when I filmed this video, I split it up in two sections. We started off with paper or stencils, then papers, and now we are getting to probably one of my favorites, and that is fabric. So I really thought outside of the box here for you guys to get you alternatives to maybe you can't get your hands on some vintage fabric, and this is a great alternative. So I'm starting with this doily, and I believe it's a table runner, and you get all of these beautiful flowers. I think these are going to take coffee or tea dye really well, or you can use them in the natural white. And I think I counted there were 11 flowers by 5 flowers. And so you get a lot of pieces, and you can use them more than just cutting each individual flower out. You can use like a whole little square, 4 little flowers, 6 flowers, really whatever you want to do. And I wanted to show you this option so that if you're like me and I haven't found a lot of stuff at garage sales or thrift stores where I was able to get something for inexpensive, this is a great alternative. This second one is also a table runner, and I bought the smaller size one because I think it comes in several different sizes, but I thought this was perfect. This has so much dainty detail. It already comes in that beautiful, natural kind of wool color that is perfect to add on to any journal page. And I'm not going to go through and explain every single lace that I got here, but what I can tell you is that the quality was absolutely amazing. Each piece is more beautiful than the last. And so I think that if you were in the same boat as me and you go to thrift stores and antique stores or estate sales, and you're always trying to find vintage fabric, but maybe you are missing out, or maybe you just want more. These are really great options to have. They're not vintage, but they look and feel vintage. Even looking back at the videos I'm doing the voiceover, it fills my heart with so much joy. All of the delicate trims, they are so soft and beautiful, and they add just such a lovely vintage touch, whether you're using them in your journals. You can also use them for sewing projects or even wrapping gifts. Imagine getting a beautiful gift wrapped in one of these beautiful fabrics. It would be the talk forever. My next category is going to be hardware, and I got some really fun pieces that I can't wait to start creating with. First off, I got some wax seal stamps. Is that what they're called? It's like the little thing that you press into the warm wax to make an indention. So did I say that right? And normally they were used for sealing envelopes, but you can use these in so many different ways. And one of my favorite ways to use a wax seal is to use a glue stick that I get from Amazon. It's completely crystal clear and it makes the most beautiful impressions. And anytime I have my glue gun out, I always make sure to make an extra stamp or two so that I can have them. They're paintable, you can add so many things to them. You can, because they're see-through, you can layer them on top of papers and vintage pieces of ephemera that just makes them shine. And so if you have never used a wax seal, this is actually a perfect opportunity where you can get all of the supplies, and you're going to see that little handle there. I had that previously. I did not buy that in this order, but they do have definitely handles that you can get, and you can get the waxes, the little melting console things. You can get everything on Temu for a really great price. So you don't have to feel like you have to be completely invested in wax seals for the rest of your life because you're spending so much money on them. This is a great way for you to try out a new craft that you've been thinking about and not feeling so guilty about spending. Okay, can we stop for a second and admire how adorable these little brads are? These are great to use for any of the specimen slides or even that movie kit that I got. I think those would be really great on those slides that come in there. I am so excited to use them, and you get 100 of them for, I think it was under $2. So what an amazing deal. I know that even if you were to use a 50% off coupon at some of your big box stores, you're still paying a lot more than that. And you don't get the variety of sizes either that you can find online. I've never used this little hardware before, and I know that they are usually used for closures. I'm really excited to pair this with the die cut of the door opening. I think that's going to be so, or not the door opening, the window, but I think I'm going to make it look like a door, and I think it's going to be so adorable. So, again, if you're not already hitting that bell to get notified anytime a new video comes out and that's something that you'd be interested in, definitely do that so that you can catch the following videos. I'm really excited about this silicone mold because I think that vintage keys are really great to stagger through your journals. They are just they give a very vintage feel to any journal. I think these would be great in a dangle if you make them out of resin. You can also make them out of toilet paper. Do you guys remember that tutorial that I did? I'll try to link that down below. And so many more options, but you can do air dry clay, you can do porcelain clay, you can do polymer clay. So many great options to use, and I can't wait to get started. The other thing that I got for as far as closures were these little tiny teeny tiny magnets, and wait until you see how strong they are. These are such a great buy. And I know we've already gone through so many beautiful products, but I think I might have saved the best for last, and those are the stickers. I got the best variety of stickers. I am so excited. It really was like Christmas came early for me. So, um, I'm going to go through them. I'm going to try to show you in detail so that you can see really the beauty of all of the stickers. And I had gotten a comment on one of my previous videos asking to show how I use stickers throughout my journal. So, I will definitely be doing that with these. I was kind of waiting to unbox these so that I would have more stickers to do a video like that. And I'm so glad because there are so many great stickers. I'm going to actually start off by these little kawaii inspired stickers that I got for my daughter. She loves anything that is Sanrio or Hello Kitty, and these little characters are inspired by that. They are so adorable. They are waterproof stickers too, which is really great because it gives them kind of a coating on them, and you're going to see a lot of the stickers do have that on them, which is really great. Now, the thing about those that you have to keep in mind is that if you wanted to stamp over them or use them in any way to put any kind of medium on top of them, you are probably going to have to distress them a little bit or maybe add some clear gesso on top of them because they are kind of smudge proof. All of the stickers are absolutely beautiful. I don't think that there was one set that I got that I was disappointed in, or that they didn't come in the size that I thought, or that I didn't enjoy the quality of. I can honestly tell you that all of them were absolutely beautiful. But really, what is even more amazing is the quantity that you get. So you get so many. And I think on most of the kits, some of the kits had doubles, so you get two of each. And then some, like this one, I think there was only one repeat in the whole batch, which was really nice because it does give you so much variety. And these little Victorian stickers are so adorable. Imagine them like in a little album that has envelopes and it sealing the envelope. So cute. You can also back them on some cardstock and make them as a dangle. I think those would be really cute. And because they do come in that like shiny waterproof material, then they would be really great. They're going to be more durable and they'll last a lot longer. I am a sucker for adorable packaging, and look at how cute these came wrapped up. They also came with a little bit of twine, which is so sweet. And these little labels are so cute. They are actually prettier in real life than even they're showing on camera. And what's really great, and I'm going to tell you, if you did not want to use this as a sticker and you wanted to use it as ephemera with the backing on it, you totally could, because as you can see here, the sticker is like a washi tape. It's very delicate and see-through. And so if you wanted to give it a little bit more sturdiness and leave it in place, you absolutely could. But if you didn't and you want to peel them as a sticker, that's also an option. But they are absolutely beautiful. Again, I can see so many possibilities with layering these in clusters. I hope that you can see the difference in the paper quality as well as the texture and the weight of the sticker itself, or the material that the sticker is made out of. Like this one is a lot thicker, and it's not quite as heavy as a cardstock, but it is definitely heavier than that washi tape that we just looked at before. But I absolutely adore these. I love anything blue and white. And so, of course, that's what caught my eye at first. But when I got them home, they are way nicer than what I thought I was going to get. They are really sturdy and beautiful. And there's so many different images that I don't know if I'm going to use these all up, because mm, there's just so much variety here. And if you are working on a journal that maybe it's a color block journal, you're using a lot of the same colors over and over, this is such a great buy, because then you can be consistent through the whole journal and use the same color throughout the whole thing. And I'm going to go ahead and stop talking so that you can enjoy the rest of the video in a cozy ASMR style that is just comforting and sweet. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me as we explored these beautiful treasures from Temu. And a huge thank you to Timo for even thinking of me and for allowing me to try out your products and showcase them. I truly love how beautiful every piece that I got was. I think that it exceeded my expectations so much. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to get pieces that I maybe didn't love as much. And I can honestly tell you that was not the case. Also, make sure that you stay tuned for part two when I'm going to use some of these lovely supplies, maybe all of these lovely supplies, to create something that is truly meaningful and lovely. Make sure that if you haven't subscribed, you do so that you don't miss out. And also, please don't forget that if you want any of these items for yourself, I've linked everything in the description below. Don't forget to download the Temu app and use my link to download it so that you can claim your $100 coupon bundle, and make sure that you use my code DUU9833 for even more perks. I just want to tell you how much your support has meant to me, all of your likes and comments and shares, and I really couldn't have grown this channel without you, and I want to know how much I appreciate you. I want you today to remember that you are strong, you are courageous, and you are loved immeasurably. Until next time, love you. Bye. To find these goodies and so much more, plus your $100 coupon, make sure that you download the app using the link in my description box below, as well as my code so you get even more savings. It's DUU9833. And happy shopping!